Okay, first cab off the rank, the Melbourne Storm and their superstar number one.
Well, we were talking about Kalen Ponga and rugby at the start of the show. Ryan Papenhuyzen. There's a concept that's being hatched around the world called Rugby 360, which is a Saudi-based or backed concept. And they're starting to look at players. And one of the players who's definitely on their radar is Ryan Papenhuyzen.
Right.
Now, I've reached out to Ryan's management. They wouldn't comment about it, but they didn't deny it either. Now, this is a fair way down the track, obviously, but it's something that's in the wings. And it was interesting to see Mike Tindall at the Origin the other night, the former rugby star. He was there with Billy Slater and family, and he's said to be part of all this as well. And he's supposed to be someone who's heavily involved with this, and he was with the Queensland Origin team. I'm not saying he was getting a foot in anywhere, but there he was, the fox in the hen house.
Wow.
So, you know, there's some talk about it. And look, Pappy's been linked to moves out of Melbourne before and he hasn't gone. So for Melbourne's sake, I spoke to Melbourne about it today and they said they wouldn't be surprised if there was interest in Pappy in regards to this, because obviously he's a superstar player and they're the sort of players that rugby would like to get their hands on in an interesting concept that's kind of been likened to an IPL style situation for rugby, but whether it takes off, we'll see.
All right. So it's rugby.
Rugby. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, there's been rumours
talk about it, isn't there?
Yeah, there's been some rumours about it.
Still 15-a-side game?
I don't know how the exact rules it'll go under, but you assume so, yeah. And there'll be more
breakaway rebels.
It's like Live Golf, but rugby.
Probably playing for companies or
like
for
Live
brand
Golf
names,
or
like a Nike or something, you know, as a team. So it's it'll probably be big money involved too.
Sounds like genuine scuttle.
Scuttle.
Is there any scuttle surrounding?
If Gal stays fit, do you think you get a run?
Oh, he'd love a run.
Captain coach, mate.
Play rugby.
Captain coach. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't interest me, mate.
The money does.
No,
now,
I'm going to retire this week, done.
Dogs. Gus. Scuttle. Now, look, first of all, look, there's been a lot talked about at your club around Reid Marnie and Toby Sexton leaving. And I heard in the last 7 days or so that they've actually addressed the group and explained the situation as to why they're leaving and how they feel about that. Is there truth to any of that? And did they talk to the group, or is that bad mail?
No, they told the people that they were going to other clubs. Reid's going to the Cowboys for the next 4 years, and Toby's signed a contract with Catalan in France. So I was actually there that day. They got up in front of the room and just told them that they'd be leaving at the end of the year, but committed themselves for the rest of the season to have a good year going forward. We're all very thrilled for those players that they've got their future settled and they've got good contracts, and you know, they've benefited from their time at the Bulldogs. Can't keep everybody. Salary caps have got to be managed. That's just the way the life goes. But Reid Marnie and Toby have done a great job for us, and we'll be cheering for them when they leave.
Gus, Lockie Galvin gets blamed for everything, even probably the Origin loss. Now, look, the fact that he
didn't get blamed for the Origin loss?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
He didn't play last week. Is that in line with the brand that you're saying, that he's there for 3 years, not 3 weeks, or are you just trying to teach him? Is Cameron trying to teach him, the coach, or what exactly? I was surprised when he didn't play, but apparently that was the plan all week.
Yeah, it was. We actually watched the game the previous week. The Storm played the Cowboys, and a number of players were cramping up. It's a little bit lot warmer up there than we're experiencing down here, and a lot of the Storm players were cramping up. So as the week went on, given that Sam Hughes hasn't played much football, Jamin Salmon was coming back from injury, Max King would be backing up after Origin. He figured that he needed 4 forwards on the bench because he's got a few forwards that are underdone. Max was backing up, and we sort of addressed what the cramping could have been the previous week. So I think going with 4 forwards, but it was also part of, I think, Lachlan's development. I mean, he's had 2 full games, 2 80-minute games when we've been missing Origin players, which is good. Those 80-minute games are like 12 training sessions. It's great for him to get there. He's had another couple of games off the bench. This week he watched with the coaches in the coaches box and probably learnt more sitting up there watching the game than he could be out there playing with them. So, you know, we're just taking his development slowly as they come along. I can tell you all along the coaches had a plan for this, and he's executing his plan, and we'll see what happens in the coming weeks.
So he will come back in the side at some point soon, you think?
Well, we've certainly bought him to come back in the side, yeah. He'll be... he's got a plan, Cameron, I can tell you.
Some news tonight, Denny. The Rabbitohs have already got their hands full against the Panthers on Friday. Another blow, though.
Yeah, it looks like Cody Walker, their veteran 6, he's had calf injury issues for almost, it feels like 2 years now. I remember being in San Diego with him and he was struggling with a calf, and it's been something he's struggled with for some time. It looks like he could be now out for the remainder of the year, unfortunately. So a big blow for the Rabbits.
Certainly is, considering their run home. And finally, Des Hasler, the Titans. Any news there?
Look, there's been a lot of talk about Desi. He denies he's under the pump. The information I get is that at the end of the season, if things have not worked out for both parties, it'll be a mutual agreement that Des will go, and it'll be done with respect to the career that he's had in rugby league, which is a great one.
Okay.
Hasn't one of the owners sold his share? Didn't one of the owners pull out?
Yes, now the Frizzels own it, and the Frizzels actually, I believe, are taking up an office in the headquarters so they can see exactly what is going on at that club.
So the club is now 100% owned
Yes.
by Rebecca Frizzell, or
Family,
whatever company
family,
she represents.
Yep.
Yeah, family.
Yep.